Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to a very late mixed media frenzy. But better late than never. Lots of technical difficulties here, but I'm hoping it'll be done this time around. This is the layout we'll be using for inspiration, and I didn't say today because I'm the only one that is today. And it is by a French blog, and I love grunge on a boy's layout. I just think it's so fun. It don't have to be on every one, but I do like it on every now and then. I decided I wanted my background caramel. This is gelatos that I'm using. And I wanted some darker caramel. So I'm adding some brown paint from that paint pan right there. And I'm still adding a little more gelatos because I want to make sure it's lighter than that. And yeah, I'm being a little picky on what I'm wanting here. And it turned out the colors that I wanted, so I was happy. If the picture I am using is of my grandson and his mom, and they have khaki on, so that's why I was wanting those colors. And that paint pad has earth tones, and I don't know if I'm calling this color correctly, but it kind of reminds me of earth tone teal. And yeah, so I wanted to make sure it went on my layout because the papers that I'm using are P13, and I thought I just got to get colors to match this P13. I did use that Vicky Bouton watercolor pencil, and that's a bright color. But I put it in white modeling paste, and then I ended up adding a little bit more because it's still just a little too bright for me. And then I turned around and added black. And I kind of got in a hurry with making it. I had it on my mind what colors I wanted to use. And of course, I wanted to make sure those colors were going to work together to end up with the color I wanted. So I mix it up, and then it hits me. I didn't finish my bottom layers, so I need to finish them. But I will finish them in time that it's not dried out or anything because they didn't take really long. The stencil I'm using there with the gears, well, they did use one in the original layout. So I thought, I don't have a gear stencil. I have an embossing folder and, of course, dies. And I thought, I'll make one with my dies. So I used white paper and just glued them together. And that stamp I'm using is Stampin' Up! And it's called Crosshatch. And yes, it used to be on a wooden block, but I took it off to make it into a mixed media stamp. I took about all of mine off the blocks that I could use for a mixed media stamp. And this stencil here is one of the ones I got with my birthday gift card from Colleen. And I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like Rosie's Studio or something. It Rose or something. Anyway, I had the packaging earlier. If you can recognize it under the other, that's who it is. But I'm layering my photo, and I'm putting 3 layers on there. I put the lightest one on top, of course, the more colorful one, which is the brick one, and then the black. I wanted them to show up once I put them on my layout on top of all those colors. So I was trying to figure out which way to put them that it'd show up more. I am distressing and inking, well, I guess everything. I can't think anything I didn't do. One of the 2 little Tim Holtz things I put on the end, I forget, but by the time you see the photos, they are distressed and inked. And see how good it looks with that my mind went like modeling paste at that color and using those lines going across there. At least I think it looks good. It looks like grunge, and that's the look I was going for. They have quite a few tags on the original layout, so I thought I'll have to pull tags. Well, those 12 by 12 papers, some of them I just couldn't bring my heart to cut into them to give them those colors. So I had a pad. It's a uh, consortium. I know that's one of the words. Craft consortium, maybe that's it. And it's metallic papers. And I did cut into those 12 by 12s. But since I bought that for die cuts and cutting and stuff like that, I didn't mind it near as much as I did on the P13. So, yeah, I wanted enough to go around my photo like they did and layer the tags on there, but I didn't want any of the tags to be exactly the same. And those little teeny tiny short ones, my original plan was to put them on the top half of some of the tags, just to add some variety. Well, I decided I needed a couple of more tags at the last minute, so I just used them as whole tags instead. And I didn't want to put all my twine in there the same way. So I am kind of putting them different ways on each tag. And I am using the same twine on there though. I am doing that to keep it more uniform. And that scrap of notebook paper edge, that was a scrap that was in the packaging, I had in there for my kit with the P13. So I went ahead and pulled it out because I figured I could make it work on this layout. And it's going to go right across the bottom of the photo. The tags, I did put foam tape right on the top part where the hole is and the twine is, so they're not laying down completely flat on the layout. Because I'm pretty much everything on this layout except for the enamel dots, which are the matte colored ones, is going to be paper. I'm looking at it right now and I don't see anything else besides paper and twine. I pulled out things I thought would go with this layout, and so I went through all the little, well, I think they look like floppy disks. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think they look like. And I pulled one out that was a partial that was on the bottom or side. And the other one that I pulled out, it was a partial too. So I'm pretty sure it was on the bottom. It says don't stop, and I will be using it at the top of the layout on the left-hand side. But that P13 is really good for grunge layouts. At least it is in my opinion. And, oh, yeah, I put a little note about that tag. It is kind of on the crooked side. The photo that I am scrapping is of my grandson and his mom. And he's got props for the photo shoot. Had, I think it's called a beret. I think that's what they called it. It was pretty popular in the 20s and 30s and off and on since then. And that is a gun in his hand. He is being a gangster. Only his smile kind of throwing it off. So when I was looking through the little labels and stuff, I found that one that I just put on there and it says smile. It destroys your enemies. And I thought, oh, that'll go great. It'll make it more gangster-like he is doing it on purpose to destroy his enemies. But the whole title is going to be Impromptu Photo Op. Smile, it destroys your enemies. And that was another reason I wanted the laughter on there because they have a lot of fun together. And then I'm also right there at the very end going to put a couple of, what are they called? Tiny chat. I think that, yeah. No, I think this one was Big Chat, Tim Holtz. And I'm just trying to find different things to put in the cluster that match like the other cluster and repeat things. And one of the things I am repeating, I did it on the tag, but I had extra left over because I sent a sheet of the neutral silver through the embossing folder called Diamond Plate. I think, no, that one's not called Diamond Plate. I take it back. That one is called something else, industrial something. Anyway, I sent it through there and then I had pieces left over, so I'm kind of fussy cutting around the embossed parts and putting a little in each cluster. So since I'm going to add 2 clusters to my layout, there's that laughter. Watch it go around the page. I can't figure out where to put it. And I wanted it on this layout, but I finally decided I'm going to put it down the bottom right hand corner. And while I was doing that, Well, before I ever get done with it, I think, oh, I got to find something going in the top left now that I'm putting something in the bottom right. And so I will lay these things down. And there is a sheet for fussy cutting. And I cut that little film strip off of there. And it looked so white, I went ahead and inked it. And then I stamped it too with that little dotted stamp from that Marlene's Art by Marlene #5 is what it's called. And it's Studio Light. And they are the best grunge stamps. I mean, I really, really like them. And they really add to your mixed media if you have them. I did those dots and the bubbles in not Stampin' Up, close to my heart, espresso, because I thought, well, it'll be darker and it'll still be brown. It won't be black and would still go with the background. I did do some second generation stamping, so there would be some lighter ones on there too, but some of them look really dark because of the espresso. I am using matte enamel dots on the layout. I'm going to use them all. There's the black and the white on there. I'm just going to go ahead and use them all to add some more dimension to the layout. And look at those stickers. They're Tim Holtz and they're like 2012. And yes, I've had them that long. I never could seem to find the layout I wanted to put them on when I actually had them out. And then when I was making this kit, well, I did like 3 kits for last month, I think. And I might have varied off on something else too, but when I was making it, I thought, oh, those will go great with the neutral metal paper that I'm using on here. And yes, they do. I mean, it's a little bit of difference, but not, no, it's not even a little bit because I'm holding it up where I'm looking at it at the light, and it's not even a little bit. It goes really good. But the title's Impromptu Photo Op. Smile, it destroys your enemies. And if I mentioned that before, I'm so sorry. I've done this voiceover so many times, and something goes wrong every time. Once there was no sound. I talked for nothing completely. And the other times it just crashed and it would back it up to where I saved. Yeah, and I forget to save all the time. Well, with the problems I've been having, I'd have to save after every single move I made just to be on the safe side. And I bought me a new laptop, and I'm having even worse troubles with it. I, I mean, I didn't know how it could be worse, but yeah, it is. So me and Dell's IT crew are going to get to know each other well. But I thought I'd get this up before I make a phone call. Um, I think I'm about done with the layout because I'm putting those enamel dots on there. I still have the 2 stickers to put up there on the top. But while I'm doing this, oh yeah, I did outlining, doodling. Uh, but I want to mention that the other gals that are in the Mixed Media Frenzy group are down there below, so you can go check their layouts out, that they use the same layout as inspiration as I did. And I'm pretty sure they were on time. Yeah, I am like 2 days late by the time this uploads. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. I did not use no gesso on this layout, and because I knew I wasn't going to have that much water on here. But that's it. That's my layout. And if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But if you have not watched the video that went up Thursday the 21st, it is a giveaway. And for you to get in on it, you got to go there, leave a comment, hit like, and be subscribed to my channel because it is a giveaway for the subscribers. And yeah, there's my gears. Well, you know, if the layout has gears on it, I'm going to go with gears. And there's that, I think it's called industrial, I think the folder. I'll have to check. It's no longer in the packaging, of course. But yeah, I'll see if I can figure out what it is. But there's the timeless memories from the tiny chat from Tim Holtz. And since it's white lettering on black, it goes with the P13 stuff pretty pretty good. And yeah, on that P13, that is a map right there on that one tag. And the colors are so pretty too. They're like perfect for grunge. And there's, I think that's all. I think that's the last photo. But I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.